share with us what she had done. She's required to do that.
Yes, it is a requirement.
Uh,
And we usually, I think hit with this thing in the back of the head. That's heavy as it could be. Is it because of weather, you think? Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. We're ready.
All right, well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Texarkana, Texas City Council. Today is Monday, April the 11th, 2022. I'd like to welcome all of you who are joining us in the audience this evening, as well as those who are joining us online. At this time, I'll call on Ms. Vicki Coopwood to provide us with a roll call. And by the way, Councilmember Page is on her way. She should be here shortly, but we'll go ahead and begin our meeting. Ms. Coopwood?
Ms. Williams,
Here.
Mr. Harp,
Here.
Mr. Davis.
Here.
Ms. Matlock,
Here.
Ms. Hart.
Here.
All right, and as I mentioned, Councilmember Page is on her way to our meeting this evening. Our invocation and pledge will be led by Councilmember Bill Harp. If everyone will please stand.
Bow your heads, please. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for providing us the opportunity to meet tonight and conduct the business of our city and help our community and citizens. Help us remember to your call to love Help us to remember your call to love those you created and give dignity to, and help us be people of forgiveness and grace as we humbly ask you to provide us the wisdom to make decisions that improve and bless all parts of our city. Protect and watch over our police officers, city workers, and firemen, and first responders as they work each day to improve and protect our community. These things we ask in your name, amen.
Amen.
Would you please face the American flag and join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. You may be seated.
Whoa, here we go.
As far as our upcoming city council meetings, our next regularly scheduled meeting will be held on Monday, April the 25th, and then we will begin our summer schedule beginning in the month of May. So there will be one council meeting during the month of May, and that will be on Monday, May the 9th, followed by one council meeting in the month of June, and that will be on Monday, June the 13th. And so those are our upcoming council meetings, 6 o'clock here in the council chambers. In reference to Parks and Recreation events, as far as the month of April, April 23rd and 24th, the FASA softball tournament will be held at Carr Park. And April 29th through May 1st is the annual Scoutorama that will be held at Spring Lake Park. This is with our local Boy Scout organizations. And then in the month of May, on May the 7th, the Alzheimer's Alliance Wine Fest will take place at Spring Lake Park, and then May 14th is the community yard sale along with the electronics recycling, and those two events will be held at Spring Lake Park. Just a couple of quick community announcements this evening. First of all, I want to commend the staff and faculty and representatives at Texas A&M University Texarkana. This past Saturday, this organization had their annual GREAT event, which is an opportunity for the students, the alumni, the faculty, as well as the professors there to help with a community-wide cleanup. And so it was very well responded to. Mayor Brown and I did a kickoff at the downtown post office at 7:30 this past Saturday morning. And then those and others ventured out into the community for various community projects. There were 4 areas of concentration. Those areas were the Newtown area, the Rose Hill area, the Beverly area, as well as our downtown public library area. I want to thank Vachille Fernandez from the city to help coordinate this event. Did a very good job, ran very smoothly. And I know that council members Matlock and Hart participated. Councilmember Matlock, her ward at the Lincoln Park, and then Councilmember Hart was in the Rose Hill area helping with a community garden. And then I went over to my old stomping grounds in the Beverly community, and we had a large group that participated in picking up trash in the Beverly community. It was a great time of fun and fellowship, and also we were giving back to the community. So I want to just thank all of those who participated in the great event this past Saturday, which was also held in conjunction with the Trash Off Texas event, which was put an emphasis on picking up trash and cleaning up the community as well. So I want to thank all those who participated. Speaking of A&M Texarkana, I would like to congratulate the A&M Texarkana ladies softball team. They're part of NAIA, which is a separate entity from the NCAA, but they are ranked number 13th in the nation, which is a very, very prestigious honor. Their current season record is 28-8. They have some outstanding athletes on their team, and I encourage you to go out and watch one of their games. Their games are played at the Bramlett Field, which is located at Spring Lake Park. It's the field down by the pond. And then, of course, don't forget, we also have the men's A&M Texarkana men's baseball team that plays also at Spring Lake Park at George Dobson Field. So I encourage you to come out and participate in upcoming games, and congratulations to our A&M Texarkana ladies softball team for such a great year that they're having this year. The final announcement is I want to congratulate Prissy Hickerson, one of our key community leaders who lives on the Arkansas side. She was this year's recipient of the C.E. Palmer Award. This is a very prestigious award that's presented by the Chamber of Commerce at its annual banquet meeting. And the recipient does not know that he or she is receiving that award the evening until it's announced. And so Ms. Hickerson was very honored and somewhat surprised. And so we want to thank her. Ms. Hickerson spent 10 years of service at the state level with the Arkansas Highway Commission, and has also been involved in various activities in our community for many, many years. And her husband is Dr. Randy Hickerson, who is a local dentist in our community, and so I want to congratulate Prissy for this outstanding award. Good evening, Councilmember Page. Glad to have you with us. That's no problem. Glad you're here this evening. All right, so we'll now move along to special presentations. We do have a presentation this evening by our City Health Department, and so I will turn the program over to them to be here to brief us on what's going on with the Health Department this evening.
Does anyone have a clicker, the clicker for the presentation?
Clicker.
Lisa, it's not up here. The keyboard's not up here.
Well, strike two.
Sorry. That's how we taught this morning. No, that's okay. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry. Thank you. I apologize. We're nervous and
No problem. We're glad you ladies are with us this evening, so we're excited to learn about what's going on with the Health Department.
Well, thank you and good evening, Mayor and council members. We appreciate the opportunity to be able to present to you guys tonight. I'm Kelly Brush, and I'm the manager of the Health Department. And in celebration of National Public Health Week, we wanted to come here and tell you about some of the services that we offer and some of the projects that we're working on in the Health Department. So I've got some of my team members, and they're going to each talk to you about something.
Hello, I'm Cheryl Mills. I'm the Outreach and Health Communications Specialist. I spend a lot of time in the community promoting the health department, working on grants, and engaging in various coalitions. I collaborate and partner with other agencies, creating connections and referral sources for our clients. We recently joined a new coalition, the Bowie County Brick Coalition, that's building resilient, inclusive communities. We will soon start a community garden over at the Health Department on Spruce Street. And the plan is to have 6 raised beds with a watering system and a garden shed. The name will be Spruce Street Community Garden. We have placed 2 mini food pantries that are filled with non-perishables. It's like, there's a picture up there of it. It's like the little free libraries where you take a book, leave a book, but except it's going to be food. The plan is for the community to take what they need and leave what they can. If you know anyone that would like to participate in that coalition, or donate any food items, or do any gardening, just have them call me, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
hello. My name is Christy Kilgore, and I'm the director of the WIC office and the supervisor of the health department. We service around 3,000 families a month with the programs we have. The WIC program, our family planning and immunizations. We work closely with Randy Sam's center doing TB skin tests and flu and COVID vaccines. We also service all of our city employees in our newly renovated employee health and wellness area, and a few of our programs that we offer to our employees are physicals, biometric screenings, vision and hearing screenings, flu shots, COVID shots. We do Fit Thumb challenges like lunch and learns, Zumba and yoga at the Southwest Center, and yearly health exams. And we are looking to do an open house and health fair in June. And once we finalize those dates, we'll be getting that information out. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jacoya Ellis, and I am over health disparities. Ooh, my bad. I'm over health disparities at the health department under the health disparities grant. We attend community activities, perform outreach, hold interviews, and do focus groups to listen to individuals and build sustainable relationships within the communities for the people who were impacted by COVID-19 and who continue to be impacted by it. We are building cross-sector partnerships and documenting these partnerships to help design an intervention method aimed at addressing community needs. We are working with targeted communities to identify and document ideas on how to increase COVID-19 vaccine and also flu vaccine rates. Each month, all of our activities and findings within the community are reported to our state agency. With this project, not only does the information get to the state agency, but it also helps community leaders and agencies like ourselves connect better with the communities that we serve. We are currently holding health disparities chats at the health department every Thursday at 2 p.m., except this Thursday because we are closed for Good Friday. So if you would like to share any of your thoughts or concerns that are pertaining to health disparities, please feel free to attend one of our meetings or to contact me personally.
Okay, thank you.
And before I go to the next slide, I just wanted to point out, Christy was going to talk about this, but I forgot to go to the slide. This is a new playground that we had installed at the health department for children under 5, and it's been there maybe a couple months, about 3 months, and the children love it because with WIC, we have children that come and immunizations. So it's been a nice addition. If you haven't been by the health department in a while, drive by there and look at it. It looks really good in the front, just right in the very front, and people are on it all the time. It has a picnic table, sun port shade, everything. It looks really nice. So we forgot to tell you about that. So you've heard basically all the services that we continue to provide, and we did all of this while we also dealt with COVID. Starting in March of 2020. And here's a few things that we did with COVID. We went to nursing homes and tested over 1,000 nursing home residents. For COVID, we held over 30 clinics at the Southwest Center. We visited every public and private school in Bowie County except for 2. We did 5 clinics at each college, Texarkana College and Texas A&M. We did assisted living. We went to the Bowie County Women's Center, and we had many local businesses contact us and want us to come out that had more employees to actually vaccinate their employees at the job site. We did in-home visits for patients who were homebound, which was a service that basically nobody else could or would provide because we got contacted by everyone. And then the CDC just released a new information for an additional booster for immunocompromised patients or anyone over 50. So next month we'll start scheduling booster clinics for this that just came out and keep doing what we do. So, does anyone have any questions for us while we're here?
I have one. Going back
Yes, sir.
to the information you provided about providing the food. So as far as the stocking of those units, is that going to be done by our local food banks, or are you accepting donations from our citizens on the non-perishable items? How's that going to work?
We are taking donations, and we'll stock them there and keep refilling those 2 little pantries. But the coalition is talking about partnering with the food banks here.
Okay. Okay.
We think it'll be really neat.
Yeah, absolutely.
They would like to put them around the city. They just started with us.
Right.
And we told them they could put them, we talked to Robbie and discussed it and allowed them to put 2 there. And then they'd like to work with the city and put more out throughout Bowie County.
Sure.
Yes, and at the ATCOG.
Okay. On
So,
Elizabeth, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and they'll be taking over the grant. The people who actually have the Brick Coalition grant are from Paris. And so they'll be giving it to the ATCOG when they leave, and they'll be taking over everything here in
Okay.
Bowie County.
Okay. All right.
Well, if y'all decide that you have any other questions or concerns, please contact any of us at the health department at any time. And mayor and council members, we appreciate y'all giving us the time tonight. Thank y'all.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. We appreciate what you do, so thank you all very much. Okay. At this time, we'll move along to our open forum, comments from the public. If there's anyone in the audience this evening who would like to address the council, you're welcome to do so. You will have up to 5 minutes to speak on any topic. If you are here this evening and you're wanting to speak on behalf of one of our public hearing items, then I would ask that you please wait till we get to the public hearing item that you want to speak on. Be more than happy to listen to your comments at that time. We also encourage you to complete one of these sheets that can be found on the rack on the wall if you're wanting to address the council this evening as far as our comments from the public section. We do have one sheet that has been completed this evening by Teresa Carter, and she would like to address the council in reference to autism awareness. So, Ms. Carter, if you'll please come forward, and if you'll just stand over here at the podium, and if you'll please state your name for the record, and we want to welcome you to our council meeting this evening.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. My name is Teresa Carter. Okay. My son, who is 5 years old, has already been expelled from one elementary school. 2 weeks ago in class, he told the teacher, "I'm going to kill all of the white people." A couple of months ago, he took a sharp object and attacked another student's face and said he was trying to make him into Scar from Lion King. From September 2021 through November 2021, he was placed in over 10 three-man holds at school. One of these holds was over 17 minutes. He's 5, and he's a kindergartner. Why does he engage in these behaviors? He's overstimulated. He has violent reactions to change, noise, and not understanding others. He has autism. He has been diagnosed with autism since he was 2.5. Why am I telling you this? April is Autism Awareness Month, and I want to bring awareness to what life is like in Texarkana for children and families living with autism. It's difficult. Living in Texarkana with a child diagnosed with autism is difficult. First, there is the judgment that my child is just bad or spoiled, and the behaviors must have come from home. My son's name is Jaden, and let me tell you, his father is a 30-year veteran of the United States Marine Corps and has a master's in engineering. Myself, I have a master's in therapy, and I have practiced licensed therapy for over 11 years, and I'm licensed to practice therapy in Texas, Arkansas, Rhode Island, New Jersey, and working on Louisiana. Jaden is our only biological child. We love him. There is no rock we have not overturned to get him services and the help he needs. I have entered him into programs since he was 18 months. Now back to life in Texarkana. Did you know there are no autism programs in Texarkana, Texas? Jaden has been kicked out of most of the daycares, after-school programs, and summer programs in the area because of his behaviors, special needs, and there are no trained persons in the area. He is not the only special needs child who this has happened to. How can I, along with other productive, tax-paying parents, continue to work in the area if there are no programs available to our children, especially if we are willing to pay the cost and expense? School will be out in less than 2 months. Summer will begin. Where are these children supposed to go? Are these children lost in the system and forgotten? However, this is not the main issue that keeps me up at night. The reason I cannot sleep is that there is a real lack of knowledge and understanding in this community about children with autism and other developmental disorders. This lack of understanding, unfortunately, rises to the top of our leadership in Texarkana, from school boards, police, government, politics, and most sadly, Bowie County family court systems. Another reason I cannot sleep at night is because my son is Black. He's 5 now, but his diagnosis is never going away. How is this community going to treat him when he's 10, 12, 15, 17, and he has the same symptoms to which he cannot control. And the schools and the police department, are they going to take his diagnosis into consideration when engaging with him? Or are they going to see that he's a black male first? The judicial system here in Bowie County will not listen to my many pleas for help, to the many doctors who even examined him. Will they listen if, God forbid, he seriously hurts someone, or will they just see that he's black and aggressive first? Not my child, not my Jaden. We have failed these children. We hold town hall and community meetings about violence in Texarkana. Have you ever stopped and wondered how many of these kids were lost and shot out of the system like my Jaden? No summer camps or programs to meet their needs, but the streets accepted them with open arms. Not mine, not my Jaden. You have a chance to catch these kids that are growing up now. You have a chance to engage these kids at 5, 6, and 7 before handcuffing them at 12, 16, 17, and 18. I have a plan for awareness, programming, and support. This will take wraparound services for the child, the family, and our community. This is Autism Awareness Month. What is the city of Texarkana doing about it? Our children deserve better. Texarkana, we are better than this. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carter.
And here's pictures of my son. Please don't forget him.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening? If not, we'll move along to our appointments to boards and commissions and committees. Do we have any appointments to be made to, or reappointments to boards, commissions, and committees this evening by the council? We're going to talk about that in just a little bit, Ms. Hart. Yes. Yeah, we could go ahead and discuss that now. So we do have our Budget Advisory Committee that will begin work very soon. As you all know, the council members have a representative representing their respective ward for this committee. And so if you have a reappointment or an appointment to be made this evening for the person to represent your ward, Dr. Orr and the staff will certainly jot that down. So, Ms. Hart, do you have someone?
Yes.
Okay.
My appointee is Carolyn Nance for the Budget Advisory Board.
Carolyn Nance, okay. Are there any others?
Carolyn Nance.
Okay. Mr. Hart?
Kelly Mitchell.
Anyone else?
Steve Mayo.
Okay. And then I'd like to reappoint Van Alexander. And so, and then council, those of you that don't have names ready this evening, we'll just revisit this at our next council meeting. Yours is the same? Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We'll discuss it again at our next council meeting. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Hart. Okay, and also I do have 2 reappointments I need to make this evening for the Texarkana Center Board. These are my appointments. I'd like to reappoint Ben King and Kevin Avery. Their terms are set to expire at the end of May next month, but we have to submit a letter to them the early part of May, so I'd like to go ahead and make those reappointments to the Texarkana Center Board. All right. Are there any others this evening? All right. If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval. Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Page. We have a second by Councilmember Harp. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, so thank you, council, for those reappointments. This time, move along to items for consideration. We'll, at this time, take up our consent agenda. There are 4 items on the consent agenda. Item 1 is to consider approval of the minutes of the workshop meeting of the City Council held on March 28, 2022 at 12 p.m. Item 2 is to consider approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of the City Council held on March 28, 2022 at 6 p.m. Item 3 is resolution number 2022-031, authorizing the city manager to purchase a Nutanix hyper-converged infrastructure solution from Choice Solutions of Overland Park, Kansas, at the state DIR price with budgeted funds not to exceed $154,987.37, with the Texas portion being $94,976.26. Item number 4 is resolution number 2022-033, approving the budget calendar for fiscal year 2023. Unless a council member would like to pull one or more of these items for further consideration, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as it has been presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Hart, a second by Councilmember Williams. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The consent agenda has been approved. We do not have any action items this evening, nor do we have any first briefings items listed for this evening, so we'll now move along to our public hearings. We do have 5 public hearings scheduled this evening. Item 1 is ordinance number 2022-026, approving an amendment to PD-2-13 GR for a site plan approval on an approximate 1.831 acre tract of land, first replot lot 1A, block 3, tract 1C, Richmond Development Subdivision 4th, located at the southeast corner of Moores Lane and Arista Boulevard. Bill Davis, owner, and Chris Elberson, agent. We do have public hearings scheduled for this evening, along with council consideration for this item as well as the upcoming items on the public hearings agenda. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on ordinance number 2022-026. If there is anyone in the audience who would like to address the council on this item, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record.
Mayor and Council, I'm Bill Davis. And
Good evening, Mr. Davis. We're glad to have you with us.
Well, thank you. And anything you'd like to ask me about this complex, I'd be happy to answer it.
Okay, all right. Does the council have a question for Mr. Davis in reference to this project? Okay. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Bill Davis is the father of former council member Josh Davis. And so I'd like to welcome you here, and we appreciate former council member Davis's service to our city.
I appreciate that. And being his father, I realize all of you council work more than just this meeting. It's about a 40-hour week job, answering questions all day long and being sometimes abused. And I suggest somebody give you a raise.
Well, okay. Well, we thank you for that. You're right on target with your comments, Mr. Davis.
Dr. Orr.
Is that a motion, Mr. Davis?
That's a motion. I suggest they get $500 each and you $1,500.
Okay, all right. We'll do some further study on that, all right? We may be calling you back.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Davis. We appreciate your project. All right.
Can I change my name for the Budget Advisory Committee?
Oh, to Mr. Bill Davis? Okay. So, all right. Public hearing is still open on this item. If anyone else would like to address the council, please come forward. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Williams, and we have a second by Councilmember Matlock. Ms. Coopwood, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending PD-2-13 GR for site plan approval on the approximate 1.831 acre tract of land, first replat lot 1A, block 3, tract 1C, Richmond Development Subdivision 4th, located at the southwest corner of Moores Lane and Arista Boulevard in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ordinance has been approved. I guess Mr. Davis had confidence in the council. He left before the vote was taken, so anyway. Moving on to item number 2, ordinance number 2022-027, rezoning a 35.43 acre tract of land, being tract 115 H.S. Janes, Head Right Survey A-306, 116, 122A, C.T. Ware South, lots 5 and 7, located at 3800 Pacoma Drive, single family 2 to industrial 2, Robert Torrens, owner, Corey Floyd, agent and attorney. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this particular item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward and state your name for the record. Not seeing anyone coming forward at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Davis and a second by Councilmember Harp. Ms. Coopwood, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas by rezoning a 35.43 acre tract of land, being tract 115 H.S. Janes, HRS A-306, 116, 112A, C.T. Ware, south part of lots 5 and 7, located at 3800 Pacoma Drive in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from single family 2 to industrial 2, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. Items 3 and 4 are related this evening. Item 3 pertains to the rezoning. Item 4 pertains to the specific use permit. Item 3, ordinance number 2022-028, rezoning an approximate 3.3 acre tract of land, being tract 143A, J.W. Johnson Head Right Survey A-308, located at 804 Jameson Street, from single family 2 to single family 3, Carrie Hawkins, owner, and Kimberly Holmes, agent. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward and state your name for the record. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance? We have a motion by Councilmember Hart. Is there a second? Second by Councilmember Page. Ms. Coopwood, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas by rezoning a 3.3 acre tract of land, being tract 143A, in the J.W. Johnson HRS A-308, located at 804 Jameson Street in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from a single family 2 to single family 3, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion passes. At this time, I will move along to item number 4, ordinance number 2022-029, granting a specific use permit to allow the location of a double-wide HUD code manufactured home on an approximate 3.3 acre tract of land, being tract 143A, J.W. Johnson Head Right Survey A-308, located at 804 Jameson Street, Carrie Hawkins, owner, Kimberly Holmes, agent. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval? We have a motion by Councilmember Harp. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Davis. Ms. Coopwood, the caption.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-749 to allow the location of a HUD Code manufactured home on a 3.3-acre tract of land being tract 143A in the J.W. Johnson HRS A-308, located at 804 Jameson Street in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. We do have one more public hearing scheduled this evening. It's item number 5, ordinance number 2022-030, approving an amendment to PD-02-13GR for site plan approval on Lot 1B, Block 6, replat number 1 of Richmond 5th Subdivision, located at 3402 Arista Boulevard. Avon Williamson, owner, and David Williams, MTG Engineers and Surveyors, agent. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm David Williams with MTG Engineers.
Good evening, Mr. Williams.
Thank you. We're here tonight to representing Mr. Williamson and ask for your favorable consideration of this, and we're available to answer any questions you may have.
So this is the proposed corporate office for
Yes.
tamales?
We hate to see lose them as a neighbor because we always enjoyed taste testing for them.
That's right. Yeah, it used to be next door to where you all are, sure.
Sir.
Right. So, any questions this evening?
They're in good hands. I think this location is near where I work, so.
Okay.
You'll carry the legacy on.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Public hearing is still open. If anyone else would like to address the council, please come forward. All right, this time I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval? Second. We have a motion by Councilmember Hart, a second by Councilmember Hart. Ms. Coopwood, the caption.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending PD-02-13GR for site plan approval on Lot 1B, Block 6, replat number 1 of Richmond 5th Subdivision, located at 3402 Arista Boulevard in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ordinance passes unanimously. At this time, move along to a special public hearing reference to proposed redistricting plan. As you all know, this is something that takes place after the 10-year census that we have to determine the makeup as far as population of our wards throughout the city. We do have 6 wards with a population of a little over 36,000 residents in Texarkana, Texas. Ideally, each ward would have approximately 6,000 residents, and there'll be some students in there too, but with 6,000 residents. And we do have, based on our census figures, an imbalance in that we have approximately 1,000 more residents in Ward 5 compared to a shortage or less residents in Wards 1 and 2 of approximately 500 in Ward 1 and 500 residents in Ward 2. And so we've been working with the consultant to look at redistricting our city maps, our city wards. And so we are coming here this evening for a public hearing for anyone who would like to address the council on your thoughts relating to this. And before I officially open the meeting, Dr. Orr, I'll ask if you have anything that you or Mr. Lewis would like to add.
I just wanted to add that we do have the maps available for each ward as well. So if there's public comments pertaining to a particular ward, we can zoom down to that area. Also, all these maps are available on our website, and just want to remind the public that the public comment period is open. It opened last week. It's still open until Monday the 18th as well. So if there's no comments tonight, they can still submit comments either in writing here to City Hall or to council@txkusa.org.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Orr. Anything, Mr. Lewis, to add? Okay. All right. So at this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this particular item. If there's anyone who would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record. Not seeing anyone coming forward at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. And we'll now move along to our city manager's report. So, Dr. Orr.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just a few updates to pass along to you tonight. First off, we've discussed this in the past, but staff is working on a process to revamp our city boards, commissions, and committees to create an annual application process. And so we anticipate that annual application process to typically open in April or May. We're still finalizing that, so it'll probably be May before we open that. But it'll be an annual call for applications, and it'll have information pertaining to a resume that residents can upload and also their choices in terms of ranking different commissions or boards or committees they would like to be considered for. So we plan to make those live in May, and then hopefully bring those potential applicants to you in the summer, and then have you the opportunity to make those appointments traditionally in the summer schedule. It doesn't mean that we won't have appointments that will need to be made throughout the year when we have vacancies and such, but this process aligns more with best practices that we've seen in other cities, where you have an application process and then a call to the public once a year for our boards and committees. So more information will be released on that soon. Just a real quick update on the Motorola project. This is the public safety project that you all approved last year. There was a virtual kickoff that was held April the 6th, and we have end-user training later this fall, and then the projected go-live date is February 7th of 2023. So our staff over at Bi-State are already hard working on this project, and looking forward to going live with Motorola here soon. I want to remind everyone that tomorrow is the public open house for the Days Creek Watershed Restoration Project. This is part of the, if y'all remember back several years ago, the city received $9.8 million in natural resources damage assessment funding for the old Tronox Kerr-McGee site on Buchanan Road. And so this is the first public meeting of that process. So there's 10 different creek projects that are involved in this. And so the meeting will take place tomorrow, April 12th, at the Hilton Garden Inn at Exhibition C Ballroom from 5 to 8. It's come and go, so anytime the public can come and go and see those different 10 projects. We'll have consultants that will be there to answer any questions that the public has. And last announcement is NUSA, is Neighborhoods USA Conference, is in Little Rock. This is the closest that this conference has ever been to Texarkana, so we're looking to send a large contingent. We have a number of neighborhood association presidents along with staff that are already signed up to go. So I'm just making the announcement that if you would like to attend this year's conference, just let staff know, and we're planning to take a bus is the plan. So, all right, and that's all we have.
Okay. Any questions for David in reference to his report? Okay, thank you, David. This time move along to administrative comments. Any comments from the council this evening to the staff? Okay. Any final comments from the city staff to the council this evening, David?
No further comments.
Okay, all right, very good. Well, once again, I want to thank all of you all for joining us this evening for our council meeting, both those of you in the audience as well as those who have been joining us online. And unless there's any further business brought before the council, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Williams and a second by Councilmember Matlock. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. We are adjourned. Once again, thank you all very much for being here this evening.